Well, greetings and hello there, everyone. It's I, your beloved Star Wars Dad, Nooch Too Good. And yesterday, or today actually, I actually got my red crate going through this conquest. It's been very important to me because if I'm going to unlock Galactic Legend Hondo Ohnaka for you guys, I've got to get Kanata here. I got to get Smee finished. And I got the red crate here in Conquest. I want to take some steps and just show you how I did it with my roster that I've only got like Gear 8 and Gear 9 Bad Batch, the new Bad Batch, and that's a problem. My clones are not really up to snuff. I got a couple of them, or maybe I only have Apo Relics as of now, but they weren't ready to go. I didn't have Lord Vader. I got none of the Mace Windu characters up either, and those guys all figured heavy in here with a lot of the abilities, but let's go through step by step and talk about how I got my red crate done. And I will tell you guys, a lot of you have been here with me through this conquest this week, and well, these last 2 weeks, I guess. We only got 4 days left, but pushing through it, and I've been a little bit frustrated. I thought I was kind of going a little bit hard, but yeah, we got it done. And I'm gonna tell you guys, I need to come around on Conquest. I need to start cheesing these. I need to start getting better at this. So I'm gonna commit to you now. We're gonna start making a little bit more, put some more work on the Conquest to get this done faster and find those cheeses and everything on day 1, day 2, so we can get through this thing a little faster together with you and me. Okay, so we defeated 250 enemies in the golden challenge path, easy enough. Gain advantage, that's just gonna come if you're using first order team like Kylo Ren ever. You're gonna gain advantage there. There's a lot of other teams that gain advantage. That's a pretty easy one to get. Attempt to call allies with booming voice. Well, that comes from the critical success. So when I gain advantage, I got the booming voice, data disc here. I put it on my team. Boom, done. Win 20 battles with at least 3 dark side clone troopers on your squad. This was a challenge for me. This is a challenge. When I go and pull up a squad on my team, and you guys know that I like to stay here on these Datacron nodes as much as possible. My dark side clones, they're better now than they were at any point during the process, but I got Apo Relic now, which I did not have at the beginning. I've got Scorch Relic now, which I did not have at the beginning. What I did for a lot of this is I just took 3 dark side clones and I threw them in there with Kylo and dark side Rey, or I'd throw them in there with I'm trying to think who else, maybe Rey and Ben. So, I mean, I found a lot of teams I could just throw 3 of those clones in with, and they were low gear levels. I realized, like I said, I realized Apo's Relic now. I realized Scorch's Relic now. They were not that. I got Lord Vader activated like a few days ago. Put a video out about it. Actually, 2 days ago, I got Lord Vader activated. And that's when I really started investing. I did not invest in these clones until that time. So I just took 3 clones, threw them on a team, and got through, you know, the nodes as needed. So that's how I took care of the dark side clone troopers. The Jedi Vanguard, I'm going to come back around that here. That'll be my last one I talk about. Accuracy down. For that, I really just focused in on Cad Bane and threw him out there with my Jabba team as much as possible. And where I could do just basics with that Jabba team, because, you know, Jabba on his basic, he loads his ultimate. And Cad Bane on his basic attempts to land accuracy down once, and then I don't know what his percent chance is to take a second shot, but if he takes a second shot, he tries to land twice. So once or twice for accuracy down every time Cad Bane assists or participated there. So that Jabba team really got it done with Cad Bane for me, and that's how I got most of that. There were some other accuracy downs, but that's mostly where that came in. The deployable cooling systems, that came with the off-target, so that just gives me, again, a data disc that I get to do with that. And Omega Fugitive Surviving, that was another challenging one for me. Let's go talk about the Jedi Vanguard, because I do not have a good Jedi Vanguard team, just period. I do not have a good Jedi Vanguard team. So what I did was I loaded up this Jedi Vanguard team here. This team was not even beating, like, any of the nodes. I couldn't get through the nodes. This is such a bad team. It's just not a... You've got Keller and Beck, who's good, and everybody else in here is just kind of throw in. So without Mace Windu, without Jocasta Nu, without the Jedi Temple Guard, Depa Billaba, etc., these are the guys I used. I brought them in for the first part. For the first part here, I was doing this node, and I could only do 2, maybe 3 rounds of this, and I actually had to really upgrade Keller and Beck's mods to get that done, made him more faster than that. But what I really found was going against this first order team, I should have just done this the whole time. I could have done 4 a day for 5 days and just knocked this out. So the rewards are not as good as the first node. That's why I kind of try to avoid these second nodes here, but I'm still getting, I mean, over here I'm getting the full the full Datacron, and then a bunch of currency. Here is 2 to 10. I mean, that's just not very good, but it was easier to get done here, so I kind of stepped back a little bit and got my Jedi Vanguard done there. And then as far as keeping Omega Fugitive alive, that was done with 2 teams in 2 primary ways. And you can double up on that in one of these. Not there. Hold on. Hold, please. Yeah. Win 10 battles with Omega Fugitive and Batcher surviving. So I put that together down here, and this is a big credit to my chat for this. This is something I learned. This is going to be part of my cheese going forward. Jedi Master Luke, Wat Tambor, Jedi Knight Luke, Batcher, Omega Fugitive. Able to keep her alive through most of those battles, and then the other option was Galactic Legend Rey, Ben Solo, and Baby Cal Kestis, and all the extra protection given there. Those are the 2 teams that kept Omega Fugitive alive and also Batcher alive for this. So that's how I did all the global feats. Let's go back to tier 1 here and talk about how I did the individual feats here. Got 4 out of 4. Evade 100 attacks and battles that you won. That's going to be, with that, I'm always looking at Grandmaster Yoda on a well, really probably Jedi Master Kenobi team. You just get a lot of foresight there. You can even put Hermit Yoda in with Grandmaster Yoda and just get a lot of evasion. That's all you get is foresight, foresight, foresight. So a lot of evasion. Stagger 60 times. That's accomplished in a few places. Most of my stagger was accomplished with Phoenix and Sabine. I feel like the Peridia Pals. There was somebody else that I mixed in there, but I can't remember. But most of that was with Sabine with her Zeta. It's just, she's going to be doing 10 to 15 staggers per round. So you're going to get a lot of stagger with Sabine in that Phoenix team. That's just going to be really effective for you. Inflicting Doubt, that was brutal. I'll come back to that in a second. 10 battles with Depa Balaba, same thing. I would put her in there with Galactic Legend Rey and Cal and Ben Solo. And or Jedi Master Luke, Wat, and Jedi Knight Luke. I put her in there with them and Omega Fugitive and just keep them alive. I did it that way. The Doubt was rough for me because Doubt is something that I'm trying to think of. I think Doubt is applied by the Bad Batch, if I remember right. The new Bad Batch. One of the new teams is really good at applying Doubt, and I didn't have them. Let me look. I'm gonna Google it real quick here. I'm gonna Google it real quick. Let's see here. Where am I? SWGH Doubt characters. By the way, if you ever need to know what's going on, just Google stuff like SWGH Doubt characters, and there's a list. That's how I find it. I think there's a way to do it on the site as well. I can't find it, but Balin Skull. Oh, that's the other way. Balin Skull, Darth Malgus. There, Jedi Master Mace Windu is the other way to do it. I think these 2 are just in Grand Arena. Oh no, actually, these 2 are like Resist Doubt, right? So what I did was Balin Skull. Shin Hati was applying Doubt, actually, if I remember right. She was doing something, and I don't remember. Darth Malgus was most of what I did for this Doubt here. That was the vast majority of just running Darth Malgus on this node. And what I did was I put in First Order Officer and added Grand Admiral Thrawn, and just kept throwing turns back to Darth Malgus over and over and over again so that he could inflict, 2 or 3 Doubt every single time until I got the last 10 or so, and I just kind of autoed it. But 60 is a lot of Doubt when you don't have. I think Mace Windu does a lot better at that. Sector 2 feats. Buff immunity 40 times. That's not that difficult. I don't remember who I did that with. There's a lot of options there. Let's look up that one. SWGH buff immunity. Switch screens here so you guys can see it. Buff immunity characters is going to be Trench. B2 is a great way to do that. B2 is a great way to do that. If you can just sneak him into a team. Balin Skull doing buff immunity. Okay. I mean, there's a lot of characters that do buff immunity. So I think it was probably Balin Skull. Does he do it on that AoE? The spell buff stun them. Is resistant. Balin's against nasties. No, I didn't. Not there. All right. I don't know. A lot of characters do buff immunity, so that wasn't that difficult. Win at least 20 battles without losing any units. That goes without saying. Attempt to inflict daze. That comes back to my Phoenix again. Really, mostly with my Phoenix. Excuse me. Oh, I have this thing up here. Sorry about that. Why do I have this up on this screen? Oh, because I'm in the wrong place. When you have too many, scenes built. All right. Anyway, Days, that's also Phoenix. Rex is just applying days all the time. That's pretty easy to get. And 10 battles with Omega Fugitive and Bachelor. I already told you about that with Jedi Master Luke and Rey. That's how I did that one. Sector 3, we got 4 out of 4. 10 battles with no tanks. My go-to on that is almost always CLS, but you know, after CLS, you can build multiple teams that can do no tanks. And by the way, CLS, great way to do blind. Chupio is applying blind like every third turn. He's applying blind to the whole other team. So pretty much CLS just kind of wrap these first two up for me. Kind of nice to have a old classic team doing some work for you. And CLS is kind of a monster in Conquest in general. Attempt to inflict disarm. For me, again, that was just Chrysanthemum. And I think some of the new characters. Let's look this one up here. Go to that. And let's see. Whoa. SWGH disarm. I think this is the Bad Batch. No, it's the clones. Apo, CX2, who I did not have ready to go. Wrecker Mercenary, I did not have ready to go. It was all Chrysanthemum. This was all Jabba. And this was a place where I really dialed in with Jabba and got Chrysanthemum done, and a lot of the Cad Bane action I talked about previously with the accuracy down. Spectacular, I have Galactic Legend Ahsoka, so I threw her in there, got that done, knocked it out. Next tier up, tier 4. Got 3 out of 4 here. Attempt to inflict tenacity down. That's a really common one too. I don't even think I need to. This was hard. Inflict at least 300 damage over time effects. Now I have Lord Vader now, but I just got him a couple days ago. This was a lot of work, a lot of grinding with Darth Vader. Oh, tenacity down. Captain Rex. I use Phoenix for a lot of this stuff. Captain Rex, tenacity down all day long. Dots. I mean, that was just Darth Vader, almost exclusively. Boba Fett did some with Jabba the Hutt for me too, but almost exclusively Darth Vader. Next time Lord Vader, I'll just throw him out there. He'll get this done in like 4 battles. I don't know. I did not keep Crosshair Scarred alive. I tried a few times, even with the Rey and Jedi Master Luke. It was not working, so I'm out on Scarred for Crosshair Scarred Sam. Hellsteel up 60 times. My go-to on that is almost always Palpatine. I get Palpatine out there with a Sith team. I just run his final special as many times as possible. That gets Hellsteel up to the whole team, no matter who's on the team. That gets your Hellsteel up. Yeah, he's just my go-to for Hellsteel. And then finally, on the final sector here, we went through, and for feats, attempt to inflict ability block. That's Darth Vader as well for me. You can also put Old Ben. Old Ben does an AoE ability block in there, and that's really nice. There's somebody. Oh, Jedi Master Luke. Jedi Master Luke and Old Ben together could probably get this done in 3 or 4 battles for you. So that's real simple. Order 66 15 times. That sat there. That literally sat there almost the whole time until I got Lord Vader activated 2 days ago, and I ran that in a couple of days. So that was pretty easy once I got Lord Vader. So next time around, that'll come very much easier to me. Gain riposte 40 times. That's another one we'll take a look at here. For me, that was all about Count Dooku. But then, oh, that's what it was. Shin Hati gets riposte. That was the other one. So Count Dooku and Shin Hati were my riposte. Ezra Bridger, I think that became. I don't think I had any success with Ezra. I don't know if that was like a Grand Arena. I can't remember. No Mace Windu, no Omega Fugitive, ready to go. And everybody's like, he does for the whole team. I'm like, okay, but I can't field an entire Bad Batch team because they're all like geared. I mean, I'll show you here. We'll take a look at them in a second. So I did that mostly with Count Dooku and Shin Hati there, getting riposte. Let's look at my. I'm gonna show my Bad Batch team here. Bad Batch, there we go. Yeah, Gear 9, Gear 9, Gear 9, Gear 7, Gear 8. They're just not getting it done. You know, I couldn't put them all out there together. Maybe there's a way to cheese that we can figure out next time. I don't know. All right, and then the final feat here. Win 10 battles with at least 3 pirates. It was the same thing for me, except I do have some pirates. For me, I did this with Leia. So I did Galactic Legend Leia with R2. And then I threw my 3 pirates. I threw Hondo and Sonostaros and Enfys Nest out there, and boom, I knocked that one out too. So, and above beyond that, I did a bunch of these final tiers to get everything on there. No, with Galactic Legend Ahsoka, no attackers, so I got all these done, or a bunch of them. I didn't get these done at all. Wrecker Mercenary, I told you I can't get that done. Jedi Master Mace Windu. nowhere to be found. So I got a lot of these done. I didn't have to get them all done. There's still, you can see there's a lot of room here. There's 17 points here in Sector 4. There are 11 points here in Sector 5, a couple of points on all the other ones. So I did it pretty well. Are they called points? I don't even know if they're... I don't know if they're called points. I don't know, whatever. We got done. We got our red crate done. I wanted to show you how I did it, and I wanted to commit to you guys that in the future I'm going to be a little more, what's the word? It's direct, on purpose, a little more purposeful. That's not the right word I'm looking for, but I'm going to be a little more purposeful about making sure that I work on cheesing these and getting this done faster. I did buy the Conquest pass this time. I'm going to skip it next time, because if I can pull a red crate the next 2 times, I will have just a bunch of extra mass Kanata shards. So that's where we are, guys. Got my red crate. Thanks for all your help on streams. I appreciate you guys. We'll see you for next Conquest, and I'll see you later today. I'll see you later all the time. Have a good one. Talk to you soon. Always remember, Nooch too good.